I had a friend in a salon in Chicago call and said, you know, this product doesn't work like anything else that I'm used to. And I said, that's the exact point.
I grew up in North Boulder on a street called Highland. I was taught from a young age to be deeply curious about what we were putting into our bodies and onto our bodies. And that set of values, I think, is what led me to be questioning a lot of the personal care products I was using, and specifically hair products. You know, the products that I kept hearing were the very best in the industry, where the further I dove into the ingredient lists, the more damning they were.
Harming hair and scalp health, long-term hormone disruption, loaded with known carcinogens, packaged in way too much single-use plastic. We found it silly that we use these products every single day.
So, unable to find a solution, I set out to make my own. My name is Boone Whiteside.
My name is Ben Medali.
We're the co-founders of Highland. The story really began when Ben and I met at CU Boulder.
And very quickly it became apparent that we shared a similar outlook on what we wanted out of life.
You really did just want to create a product that was better than anything that you could find in the market for your values.
The early results were predictably laughable.
You had no industry experience, you weren't a chemist, and I didn't know what you were doing on that stovetop.
And though it looked disgusting, I trusted the ingredients and began to see some of the performance indicators I was looking for. So for some reason, I stuck with it. This iterative process started to turn into something where the results started getting better, to the point where I was liking the formula as it was. I had Ben as my guinea pig. We had a bunch of friends trading in their existing hair products for what we were putting in these paper packaged tins.
Immediately after using the products that you started concocting on the stovetop, I remember that I saw a difference in my hair, and I knew that you were onto something, and I really wanted to be a part of that.
When I began ordering all these bulk natural ingredients to our small Denver apartment and mixing up on our stovetop, which Ben probably thought I was actually insane at the time, I was doing a bunch of research as to what ingredients could replace chemically formulated alternatives that were used in all of the existing products we had access to. This 9 all-natural ingredient formula finally emerged, and I think we both quickly understood that we'd stumbled upon something pretty special.
That's what set Highland apart from the beginning, something that filled our own needs, which allowed us to uncover a massive gap in the industry that just wasn't being addressed.
So we said, let's just give this a go.
We decided that we were going to do a little friends and family launch of Highland. We sold out within 72 hours. We knew that there was something there, and that's where it was born. There were 3 legs to the stool with Highland. 1, performance, 2, health, and 3, sustainability.
Yeah, if it didn't perform among the industry best, we were dead in the water. 2, it had to follow through on health. You know, not only did we see an opportunity to eliminate the bad parts of hair products, but actually to go a step further and create a line of products that actually promoted hair and scalp health. And 3, sustainability. Everything ranging from packaging, ingredient sourcing, and environmental partnerships, we baked sustainability into the core of the brand rather than virtue signaling like most. So with this sort of initial launch out of the way, there was a shop in Boulder called Rollins Barbershop where I frequented throughout my days at CU Boulder. And to me, it was sort of always the quintessential barbershop that if we could get our product in there, that would be a huge point of validation for the start of this business. I remember bringing our paper packaged pucks in and meeting the shop owner, Anthony.
When Highland was brought into my shop, I had a little bit of a preconceived notion of what a natural product does, and it definitely had always not performed as well as some of the other products that did have some of these enhancing chemicals. I still remember that day when I took the product off the shelf and put it in my hair and just had this moment of like, oh shit, this stuff works. But we sort of looked down at some of the analytics that I had at the barbershop and realized that Highland, after about a month and a half, had become our #1 seller.
Once we were fortunate enough to sell some product online to friends and family and to get it into some local salons and barbershops, we realized we were not going to be able to continue making this in the kitchen, that we had to figure out a way to scale it and find a manufacturer that would support us, support the 3 legs of the brand, and understand our vision to achieve this dream. Through this sort of network that we were able to build, we were put in touch with a manufacturer who specialized in the production and formulation of natural goods.
This manufacturer took over 6 months to recreate the formula that we had made on our stovetop. This put us out of business for half a year.
But this was only the tip of the iceberg for our failures during this time. Packaging failures, ruined batches, wasted hours, missed relaunch timelines. I don't think we ever considered giving up, but to the outside world, it probably looked like we had.
It honestly became clear why most brands take these shortcuts and add in these synthetic ingredients to speed up the process. But we remain steadfast in our mission to keep it 100% natural and to create something truly different. And after 6 months, they finally nailed the formula. This allowed us to scale. It gave us the opportunity to secure elegant, eco-friendly packaging and handle all shipping and fulfillment.
Not only did that allow us to make a higher quality product, to make more of it, make it faster, but it allowed us to focus on other areas of the business, like our image and creating content. So then we get introduced to this kid out of CU who for some reason saw the Highland vision and wanted to be involved.
Being like a brand new company, we had no budget to be doing any of the creative stuff. So then it eventually just translated into us like shooting in stairwells and stuff in my apartment complex is how it all started. We have people like walking up and down the stairwell while we're shooting. And it's just kind of like the most absurd stuff, but that's how we got it done in the beginning is we just had to do it wherever we could.
And at Highland, we didn't want to do marketing. We wanted to tell stories. And with Brendan, we honed in on this story and found ways to actually resonate with everyday people, everyday hair product users, and industry professionals alike.
That new, never seen before product is what allowed us to create a different narrative, to have reach in salons and barbershops, but also to be earning press that we just never expected to. I mean, to be featured in GQ, Esquire, People, that's just something that we never saw coming.
I think once we started winning awards and receiving recognition from these big name publications, it almost was the biggest proof of concept that we had been in search of. You know, it is possible to create products that don't leverage toxic and unhealthy ingredients, but still be perceived as some of the best hair products in the world.
And then even crazier, through our partner out in LA, Courtney, we started getting into some of the hair of our favorite icons.
So I work professionally in the entertainment world doing hair and makeup. My clients have across the board been obsessed with it. My other stylist friends have been obsessed with it. Even with my clients that you see like on my Instagram, like when I tell you that every single one of them uses Highland as their main product now, it's like that's like 100% truth. And same with other stylists.
Against our wildest expectations, we even started getting noticed by some of the biggest legends in the industry.
So what happened to me is I got a phone call from an industry legend who's one of my dearest friends, and he's with Boone, and he says, I want you to talk to this guy about this product that they've built in Colorado. And I said, Highland. And he said, how the hell do you know it? And without knowing the originators of the company, we had taken it on, and it became our #1 selling product. And it had just a magic disposition. It smells great, emulsifies great, applies great, has got a texture enhancing quality that is unlike anything that you see.
The validation from the professional community showed us that our products performed among the very best, but now seeing how these stovetop creations out there in the wild are actually improving people's lives continues to blow us away.
And we have customers that have been using hair products their entire lives and have never found something they're loyal to. But with Highland, we came to realize that we're actually changing the relationship people have with their hair.
All in all, the support we got from our community and those around us, to say we were inspired to go all in with this thing would be a massive understatement. So we quit our jobs and never looked back.